What's going on, YouTube? This is Jake with the Garbroders, back with another awesome Minecraft YouTube video. Today we're here with the special guest cast of Zach Lantis Zavelski, Ida Bandit, Shrine of Seth, and Kahootbot 93683. Hopping in, we're gonna talk about the European International Championships meta game, doing a little forecasting for anybody going to that event this weekend, any 1Ks. We're gonna get right into it. 18 questions today. What is the safest deck for points / day 2 at this event? Mew, VMAX, arceus Inteleon, arceus Dark Stuff, or other?
This is such a free answer, yeah.
Okay, now let's start with our answers. Who hit arceus Inteleon?
That was me, actually.
Why do you think this is the safest pick?
So like, if you think about the amount of Mew that play in every event, the amount that make day 2 isn't like as high as it seems. Like, the Arceus Inteleon has lower play, and it has a lot of slots in day 2. I think if you were able to just learn to play Arceus Inteleon competently enough, I think it makes more sense.
I can see that.
There's a lot of Mew counters in the room as well.
Charles, what strikes you is the reason to pick this as the safe deck, even if you think it's the best? Yeah.
Because it's not the best deck, but it plays itself, and it's just so much stronger than other decks inherently. I mean, I've been in the game for a while, and I don't think I've seen a deck be this dominant since, like just in terms of, like, play numbers, since, like, the Buzz Shrine era, that one, like, 3-month meta where everyone played nothing but Buzz Shrine. I think that's the only comparable meta.
Yeah.
That was Philadelphia, but yeah.
Oh, you're right, Philly.
Zach, any additional notes?
Yeah, basically I think it just plays itself. And I think if you're a semi-competent player with Mew, you're gonna, like, it's just a way easier deck to pick up than Arceus Inteleon.
Yeah, I think, like, with a deck that has Free Retreat, Electro Power, Shred, the best draw system we've ever had, and the ability to do, like, turn 1, 210 or more, all that combined with the fact that, like, a bad player can do good and a good player can do great, and just given how many people are going to be going to, like, the numbers for this, like, they're just gonna, you know, it's like, I don't even know, like, there's nothing, there's no wall, no amount of players are gonna stop, like, the flow of how many people are playing this from doing well. So I think overall, if you just join the numbers, it's a pretty safe pick. Next question.
Yo,
Raisin, wait, how did he get back? Right, question 2. Which is the best Arceus variant going into this event? Arceus Inteleon, Arceus Duraludon, Arceus Crobat, or Arceus Bird / Dark Package?
Bro, don't. Okay.
Oh wait, what's under Arceus Inteleon? I can't see.
Arceus Crobat.
That's like the barrel version.
Yeah.
All right, pretty split. We'll start with Arceus Inteleon. Which two of you picked that?
I picked Inteleon. I frankly, honestly, I was kind of split between Dark Package and Inteleon, but I just know it's like Crobat sucks. The other one sucks. Duraludon sucks. Duraludon's bad.
Well, Duraludon does suck, but
Duraludon's really bad. Don't play Duraludon.
Yeah.
Duraludon literally beats nothing now.
I would disagree, but continue. Why Arceus Inteleon? Is it just because the other ones are bad, or is there anything specifically good against
it's just the other ones are bad.
Right?
Arceus Inteleon just has the tools. I don't know. Like, it's kind of a... Yeah, I think Seth basically hit all the points.
Wait, who else said Arceus Inteleon?
I said Inteleon.
Right, why Zach?
So, just, again, I think the main thing is just what beats Mew, and I think that Dark Package, obviously.
Arceus Dark Package.
So I think Dark Package. No, so Dark Package. No.
I would agree.
I'm just saying, in my testing, Arceus Dark Package seems just to be kind of clunky against Mew.
Zach, would you mind explaining to me how much you've tested Arceus Dark Package?
Actually, it's like one of the most tested matchups I've played.
And how much is that?
It's like 10 games.
Sweet.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
no,
honestly slightly more than I expected you to say, but still.
Yeah. No, okay, like, given, yeah, it's not a ton, but, like, I think that Arceus Centellion is stronger just because you can get, like, turn 2 Path to the Peak, or even turn 1 if you want, I guess,
I
but
think that Arceus and Teleon is inarguably weaker, but it's just more consistent. I think Arceus
well,
Birds
exactly, I
is
think that's the
actually
main thing.
broken as shit.
Well, so I think the main thing
Yeah.
is like, to beat Mew, like, I think, like, consistently is you just need more consistency, and I
Well,
think
then,
that's exactly what
if you were
Inteleon
looking
does.
for a deck that beats Mew more consistently, you would pick Arceus Crobat.
I mean, yeah, but then it's just bad against everything else.
Okay, on to Seth.
Don't worry.
Arceus Dark Package, Seth. What is your reasoning?
So, frankly, I think that Arceus Birds has literally every tool it could possibly want. It just, like, bricks 10% more of the time, 20% more of the time, maybe, than Arceus and Teleon, but, like, I think that if you've played enough games with the deck and optimized the list to your playstyle and all that, I think that Arceus Birds is, in general, just a better play in any room.
I agree. I think Arceus Birds, it seems too good to be true. Like, there's no shot that something can have an engine like Arceus and then it can literally hit weakness on like every single of it's like what I want Worms to be. But it's like big and has a lot of HP and it's crazy. Baby Moltres is like the best card in this format. And then you have Arceus is the best card in this format, but having an ability like Star Breath is really cool. I'm not a fan of the Arceus Dark Package that plays like a thin line of Arceus. I think I might be wrong, but I think Ian Robs didn't that play like a 2/2 Arceus or something like that?
Yeah, it's
Not
like
a fan
2/2.
of that. I would be playing a thick Arceus line. I would
You
Path
mean
is
like the
cool.
4-3 instead of like a 3-2?
Yeah, like a 4/3, really center the Arceus on what you're doing and commit to that. But then you have your couple birds and your Claras and stuff, and you hit weakness on things, and it's really, really cool. That is my reason. I think Arceus Crobat's good
So
too.
I think just to go back, I think or against Mew, it depends because a competent Mew player, I think, can play around like Galarian Moltres, but
Do you realize
again,
they have to take prizes to win, which directly plays into Galarian Moltres? You can
yeah,
only
I
play on
know.
Moltres so much.
Yes, but like I think
And if it was
my
just
point is
Galarian
it's with
Moltres,
the speed that Arceus or that Mew works at, I think that basically you just win the prize trade if you're just not stupid.
well,
What?
And like get rid of if you no if I just from my experience, just if you're not stupid, you win the prize trade. But again, I think the point is just how many competent Mew players are you gonna hit, and then how many are you gonna hit that
well,
are brain dead?
when it's just Baby Moltres, I consider Baby Moltres a card in Arceus and Teleon, like a split of like your dark and your water energies or whatever. When I think of Arceus Dark Package, I'm thinking it's a little bit more like
Yeah,
committed
I'm
to it, so it
talking
plays
about
like
the
the
Vs.
Moltres V and stuff, and there's not really anything you can do to play
Yeah,
around
you
that.
play like one Moltres V, obviously the Zapdos. Some of them even play
Yeah.
the Hoopa.
Yeah,
And also, I think if you start Zapdos or something in Dark Package, then
Starting the Zapdos is unfortunate, but
yeah, it's not good at all. That's just free 2 prizes.
all right,
like
next
that's also
question.
just starting Dunsparce in any variant. Like you can only
Yeah, but well,
Right, and question number 3: optimal Mew VMAX build.
Oh, interesting. Don't. Well, I know 2 answers that I think are wrong.
Yeah. yeah. There's
Rose Towers.
yeah.
All right, somebody didn't answer. Who
Oh,
was
Wait,
that?
somebody voted Tower of Darkness?
I voted. Sorry, I
Hmm.
voted.
Wait, Jacob,
Rose.
you said Tower of Darkness was a correct answer?
Oh, no, I was joking. Wait, Charles, what'd you say?
No, I voted triangle. I literally clicked like right before.
Wait, who didn't vote?
I think
I didn't.
Charles.
I think
I
it's
clicked.
Charles. I think
I
he's saying it like
I
Lyman
know.
did.
I
Oh.
clicked. Well, yeah, I clicked, but I was.
Oh, I got you. All right. Well, I'm by myself, so I'll speak my mind. Part of this has been I've been convinced. I don't know if any of you guys listen to the Uncommon Energy podcast, but I listen to that every Tuesday. It's Azul and Chips,
No.
and it's really good, and it's kind of given me some insight onto my opinions, and they've changed a little bit. I think with lots of the goofy decks that are going around. Mainly, we've seen Whimsicott V-Star place in like top 8 of our regionals, and it's kind of been doing well at locals, and things can kind of just get in your way. And Duraludon is another example of this. And I don't like having no option to get through pesky strategies like that. So I think I might, if I were to play Mew right now, I'm not a huge Mew person in general, but I think I might be willing to go back to a couple basic energies, 1 or 2 psychics in my Mew list, just so I don't throw my matchup in the trash, against these weird things.
Mhm.
I don't know how far I would commit. Mew used to play like fog crystals and stuff. I don't know if I would get that involved in it, but
Well, I think if you're playing the basic split, it's implied that you're playing like the 3 basic energy
Ye-
double fog
So
crystal.
I have seen a few lists that they play a split between the double turbo energies and the basic psychics,
that's
but I
kind of what
think that
I'm
that's just
implying.
well, I think the issue with that is it takes up a ton of space, and you're just kind of committing to a weaker approach on both fronts.
Yeah, but then at the same time, I can also see Mew. Mew does what Mew's supposed to do just by
Mhm.
being like a bend deck and just playing 4 of everything
So,
plus an echoing horn. So I can totally see
um,
why people would not want to change, but I think it might be worth checking.
Well,
So
the
that's why.
echoing horn isn't even in
can
most
I
builds
or can
anymore.
I say
Mhm.
Besides,
like or why I picked all specials with
Yeah.
Rose Tower? So basically, I'm thinking like basically it's in theory and it's a more consistent version of the deck because you're not relying on Elises as much to like get the attack off.
Mhm.
And I think the other thing with the Rose Tower, specifically with the Rose Tower over Tower of Darkness, is it allows you to also play what's called what's the hit the old cemetery, yeah. And old cemetery helps out a lot of numbers. And I
well,
think
that's
that
an entirely different thing.
no, it's I mean, well, if you're playing it with the Rose Tower, then you're most likely playing a split between that and Old Cemetery.
Are you? I don't think I've seen
Well,
that in months.
Cemetery is a very old and then a very, very new thing that people are trying,
Yeah.
but it's not the standard right now.
Well, I mean, like just given from lists, given that's what mine looks like, but still, I think, and if for some reason you're weird and are playing 3 stadiums, then obviously in that case you're just not playing Tower of Darkness.
Thank you so much for watching Minecraft Let's Play video, and I will see you guys next time.
Let's.
Dang.
All right, question number
Charles
4. But he did.
Okay, then yes, he
Yes.
did.
All right. Hey, so this is Jake with the Garbroders back with another awesome Minecraft YouTube video. Today we have me, Zach, and Seth doing a cool deck profile on question number 4 of the Kahoot. What is the best one prize deck?
You're making this difficult. Also, what is yellow?
Mad Party.
So,
Oh, well, okay.
so are we just starting this as question 1 or?
No, we're still going.
Oh, okay, cool.
I guess.
All right, who said Wormadam?
Hey, you.
You, yeah, clearly.
All right, hear me out, guys.
I was
Wormadam,
tempted to.
it's got all the tools. You got Golisopod, you got Flapple, you got 3 weaknesses, you trade, you have it all. You get to hit a lot of damage. You get
Except consistency.
and you have consistent. You have Call for Family. You have Roseanne. You have up to 8 DCEs and Path. What more could you want in a deck? That's all I have to say.
Unfortunately, as somebody who's played a good amount of games with the deck, you want a lot more.
I've played
Mhm.
countless hours. I think
So I
the
think
Abilities Art is the only deck I think I have more hours in than Wormadam.
with
It might be.
Wormadam, it's just again, I haven't played it, but I think it's just it needs some card.
Yeah,
Like
I'm not sure what exactly it's missing, but it's missing 1 card.
exactly. It's missing like one card.
Mighty
It, like,
Mightyena is a good
desperately
card.
needs.
Mightyena is a helpful card.
I've
but
already
that's not really
submitted my Wormadam list for NAIC, by the way.
Like, I think I'm more talking like, I don't even know. It's well, you know what? You know what I actually think it's missing? I think it's missing the deck limit being 65 cards.
Yeah.
I think if the deck could be 65 cards, it would be nasty.
I see. Wait, then why are you guys Malamar stands?
So-
Explain.
I mean, I'm
Malamar,
honestly
it's
not
just
that much of a Malamar stan, but like
yeah.
the results speak for themselves.
I think that like Malamar, it can be really clunky. It can also be really nice and consistent.
I'm just a fan of
I
whatever
like
Joe Bernard is doing.
yeah.
What?
Like
Why?
I know.
personally, like I wouldn't bring a one prize deck to a tournament. I think
Yeah,
that they're
I
just
don't
too
think I would be
inconsistent
bringing
right
a one
now.
prize deck in this format or
Yeah.
regional, but
Like
think
it's
if I
not
were-
something. It's not something I would feel comfortable playing 9 rounds with.
yeah, I think if I
Despite
were
the
to bring one,
obvious.
it would be Malamar.
But exactly, I think Malamar, like, it's just so easy to hit, like 320 when you actually draw. So yeah.
All right. Well, that answers that question. Now to move on to question number 5. Should Arceus decks be playing Dunsparce? Glad we all agree. Time
Yeah.
for question 6. Dunsparce
Yeah,
is really
this
good.
worth talking about. Dunsparce is
Yes.
great.
Yeah, don't not play Dunsparce. Please play Dunsparce. Is Manaphy worth teching for this event?
Why didn't you have the deck depending one on this?
Yeah, this needs deck depending.
Well, obviously, in things like Mew or whatever, things that obviously don't benefit from Manaphy, you're not gonna
Well,
play
no,
it. But
because I think personally, I was talking to Gibby about this actually, and
Yes,
he was talking about how he was asking some players what they were playing the Dunsparce and their Arceus decks for. And whenever they said whenever they said Rapid Strike, he said they were idiots because it doesn't actually do anything except if you're also playing the Manaphy.
yeah,
So the real question is, are you playing Manaphy in your Arceus builds or not to counter Rapid Strike? Because
So
I think for most just like blanket decks, Manaphy is really good right now. Like say you were playing Wormadam, I think you would be playing
Yeah.
Manaphy.
Suicune, I think should be playing Manaphy.
Yeah, Suicune should be playing Manaphy.
yeah, Suicune,
I think even
100%. It
Malamar
just
has
completely
to make
changes.
the sacrifice for Manaphy, even though it's really annoying in Malamar to have the Manaphy.
Yeah.
I think it still needs to be making that sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
I think basically anything that can actually just get knocked out by Jolteon. Like Jolteon it's just such a weird deck because if Manaphy was actually played, it would not exist.
Uh-huh.
But I mean,
Well,
be smart.
well,
if you have
Jolteon's in a
something
very
that like
strange place.
it is in a strange place.
Because
But
you're
I'm
gonna
just
have
saying.
exactly one of them in day 2 guaranteed, and maybe a second, but no more.
I think Jolteon is like the ultimate like meta call deck. Like if you
It's
like
Greninja, literally. Tina
yeah,
promo.
it just depends on
All right.
the
Next.
deck or not deck tournament.
Question number 7. Does Gengar have a chance to perform? All right, who said yes the honest way?
Zach.
Me.
Why?
I think that okay, so there's enough Mew players, okay, and there's enough Gengar players. There has to be at least like one who succeeds. So
Yeah, and it's
it's
Zach Cooper because he's cheating.
exactly. Oh well, yeah.
Look,
But
the
see,
deck
also I
deck
clicked
just
yes
doesn't
before I
work.
saw
That's one
if
of the
I
worst
cheat.
decks I've ever put my hands on.
I said yes before I saw if I cheat. So
Oh.
that's my defense.
Look,
But, like,
I literally played this deck to like a League Cup size event. It just doesn't work. Like,
Yeah, it's
literally,
really
there was like
bad.
one game where I drew anything.
Any preference over the Houndoom over Arceus that won Salt Lake City?
Gotta be Arceus.
I think if I had to play Gengar, I would still be playing the Houndooms, but I think it's bad.
Houndoom is better, honestly.
Because if it
Because,
does
like-
work, you need the damage, and you just need to like
Exactly.
overwhelm
I think-
things.
I think the energy is like the worst part of it, honestly. Like the extra damage from the what's called the single
If you're
single
playing
striker.
Arceus,
Well, I
you
don't
can
know.
almost use Gengar more as like a Galarian Moltres than an actual like deck focus.
Well, I think the
Uh-huh.
issue is there. Like if you're doing that, then just play Dark Package. It's better.
I mean, yeah, but I think that either version of Gengar really isn't that good.
Uh-huh.
Well,
I think
no,
Arceus
exactly.
is
I
better
know.
because it's basically
Yeah.
just Arceus birds, but bad.
guess.
Well, not Arceus birds, Arceus
Yeah.
Crobat, but bad.
Yeah,
And I think that's better
Yeah,
than trying to
yeah.
play Gengar by itself.
sounds good. Glad we all agree. Next question. Anybody other than Sander be playing Control?
What does yellow say?
Wait, is
Jackson
Jackson
Rowley.
going to the tournament?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, I clicked the
Yeah.
wrong one. Dupes. Whatever.
All right. Who said Jackson Rowley?
I can't see what it says. I just saw Jackson Rowley, so I assumed it said just Jackson Rowley
what
or
it
something. I
says.
don't know.
Just Jackson Rowley.
Okay, cool. And then yeah, I clicked it. No, okay. I think it's.
I meant
no.
so I meant
it's
to
too
click yes,
complicated.
but by yes I mean nobody good, but technically somebody.
There'll be
Yeah.
people in day 1, but I think if anybody's
Yeah.
gonna make day 2 with it, it's gonna be Sander. Maybe we saw Gustavo play Sander's deck over in Brazil for their regionals in Sao Paulo. I would not be surprised if he played that again. So
There are like
maybe
less
2.
than 5 people that I would put this in the hands of. I think
Yeah,
technically
I think-
Alessandro Cremascoli could play it,
Hmm.
but that's like
I think
about
it's
it.
just way too complicated.
Yeah, it is crazy. It is big brain. The cards are constantly changing. I wouldn't recommend
Yeah.
this to the average player. I wouldn't recommend this to anybody I
wouldn't recommend this
personally
to
know.
any player.
Yeah, unless you're the one creating it from scratch and you know exactly what it does and you have countless hours practicing against all
Mhm.
the relevant stuff, I would not recommend this.
I
But
think-
in
I
the
think
top
the
hands,
main-
it works.
I think the main thing is again, it's like with this control deck, the issue is most of these people are they're seeing like, oh, it's a control deck. Let me try it. But like the whole thing is like Sander, like
It's a scuffed
he
control
had
deck.
he
He's just Sander.
exactly like I mean he's put like I mean he has all those cards in it because like that's just his testing and that's exactly like how he plays it and it's just so dependent on the
it's
person. I
literally
think you can't forward it
impossible to
onto
have the control practice as
other
Sander does,
people.
because literally he's
Exactly.
only practiced control for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Question number 9. Good players be I'm still bringing wrong. I forgot the G lol. A weird rapid strike list, or will they move on to something else?
So what are we saying? Like by weird,
So Robin won Liverpool with rapid strike, and it played like every card in it basically was a one of.
Supporters.
And
that
it was really
the only
weird.
supporters. It was 9 one of supporters.
All right, who said something else?
I did. So I think that, or I mean, honestly, I think something else in like similar lists with different texts is like basically the same. But
No,
I
something
think
else just means rapid strike isn't good for the tournament.
oh, I mean, I'm bad at reading.
Yeah, that does not
I
make any sense.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think Robin and them are probably gonna take what they had before, change it up a little bit, get a couple more players on board playing it because they've proven that it's a good deck. Then as the meta's kind of evolved a little bit, you change up some of those one-ofs and switch a few things, and then you play the same deck again. Because that seemed like a really big hit.
I think if they could
What
find
I
some
can
secret
see-
sauce way to deal with Manaphys, then it could be pretty good. But like I still think people are gonna be playing it. I don't think it's gonna win.
What I can see is one person that will have seen the post on Verbank about the Mew and single strike deck, and they'll be like, "That
The
thing's
Mew
busted."
single
And they're
strike list is hilarious.
yeah, then
That's
they're
my
gonna play
favorite
that
deck.
thing. They're gonna play that thing and go 0-4 drop.
Nice.
But yeah,
All right,
I guess
next
good
up.
players, but still.
All right, what beats Mew better? Who said Dark Package?
I did, but I think the main reason why was like Path of the Peak by itself isn't. It's like Path of the Peak Judge or like Path of the Peak Avery. I don't think Path in itself is like the killer.
Oh yeah, I should have put Path Marnie, but like that package. You still say Dark Package or?
I think it's probably Path to the Peak plus supporter for turn bit detriments.
Yeah, I
but,
think Path can
Package does a
straight up
lot.
end the game versus a good Mew can kind of play around Dark a little bit depending on what the package is.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
that's why I think Path kind of
I
just is
think-
your go-to shutdown Mew tool.
I think the main thing is because it's like you can play around Dark Package. Path is just RNG. Like
Yeah.
you no matter what, there's always the chance that you can play out or that you can get out of it, but like it's not
I think-
skill. It's
I
just
think
luck.
if I was a Mew being particularly worried about Path, I would actually put a Peony back in just to search out the Rose Tower.
Yeah.
Well, so honestly, I think better or better than the Peony is the Punkaboo because
The Pumpkaboo
you
is
have ball
solid.
cards.
The Pumpkaboo is underrated.
I think like that's something I've genuinely been thinking about putting in because as much as it would suck to start it, like there's basically your like
I don't mind
mean,
the Pumpkaboo at all.
yeah, I mean it's a ball searchable stadium. And then you can just and honestly something else I've been thinking of is doing some of like either playing like a literal one of Scoop Up Net or the one of the what's called that other random stadium that like puts your bench to 4 because like
Collapse.
the collapse stadium because the Punkaboo that's what it's doing is it's putting your bench to 4 so like at that point you may as well just like put that in play and then get rid of it and then just limit your opponent also for like a few turns.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Alrighty. Next up, question 11: How to build Malamar?
I don't know what I
Yellow.
clicked.
The greens.
What?
Greens.
I was really hoping Zach could accidentally click green.
So I honestly wasn't sure if I clicked greens or red.
So Jacob, does that
Greens are
mean you clicked
Italian.
Cinchino?
Yes, it does. I have
Yeah,
been
we're gonna have
standing.
to listen to that.
I've been standing by Cinchino Engine Malamar since the last format. That's what I played. That was like my big deck during the Fusion Strike format. I played it a lot, and it was one of the most consistent decks I've ever played. Just being able to burn through and get a hand so massive, and you can just as the game goes on. You know, every Malamar deck has those few cards in it that are not Rapid Strike that are used to kind of for the early game setup process, and usually your hand ends up just being those. So when you get to a point where you can trade all those away, and then your deck is kind of just Rapid Strike cards, like that means you don't even lose to Marnie. Because in the Inteleon versions, like you can build your big combo and you leave the cards in your hand that you need to set up the combo again, like Scoop Up Nets or whatever. But you can kind of just get screwed by a Marnie, and then you don't have like the tools. You have to find your evolutions, find your Scoop Up Nets all again. But when you have Chinchinos in play, like they're there and they stay and they work for the entire game. And I have been a huge fan of that the entire time. And if I was playing Malamar, I would still be playing that, even though it is not the popular version.
Or when you're playing it, like, do you remember around how much damage you were able to hit?
I could basically, I mean, the damage stayed the same. I could one shot whatever I wanted usually.
Okay.
No, the damage is
Because I
definitely
mean,
a little bit
yeah,
lower.
I think the biggest advantage to Talion is that you can scoop up net and then you can use the Sobble for damage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then the
so-
other thing is they're not. Inteleon isn't even playing quick shooting anymore, so it's not like you get 2 rapid strikes
Oh,
off
I
of a
would
Scoop
still
Up
be.
Net.
I would still be playing the quick shooting.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes
no,
no sense.
I
It's
think
like
quick
playing the
shooting
one quick shooting to get the 20 stipe and then
No,
picking
yeah.
it up and being able to do 40 more is crazy.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
a
No, I
Scoop Up
think
Net for
I
3
mean
cards
quick
and only
shooting is something
Sobble
that
is
should
not
be in
worth
there. Well, I
So-
mean, honestly, normally it's like one or two cards maybe that you're off. So I think, like you say, it's not worth it, but that's normally the deciding factor of whether you get a
So-
knockout or not.
I don't remember who it was. I think it was like Nathaniel Kaplan maybe who played Malamar to Salt Lake, and he was playing Cinchino,
Mhm.
and he said that he thought it was just straight up worse than Inteleon, but it was better for like his mental state playing out 14 rounds of a tournament.
Mhm.
Which I can understand
Yeah.
that argument. If you're not like super trained with the deck, then
I
it's
think, and
probably
I think,
better to just run Cinchino. But
and something also just with Inteleon, like there are always those turns that you're kind of just like, well, I can't really get anything super useful because you either like don't have access to putting down an Inteleon or like a Drizzle or whatever, and then in that case, obviously Chinchino's just nicer because you don't have to worry about hitting the scoop up net and stuff every turn.
Or let's say
But-
hypothetically, you know, you're like that, yeah, Zach, you said you're 40 damage short, so you use your Scoop Up Net, you pick up your whole Inteleon, and then you can do the extra 40 with your Sobble. Well, that means the Sobble's not on your bench anymore, and you have this Drizzile
Yeah,
and useless
yeah.
Inteleon in your hand, and then the next turn you have all of these useless cards, no way to set up your combo, and you're just hoping that they knock you out so you can Cynthias and maybe hit what you need. And I just don't like
Mhm.
being. I feel like Inteleon is a lot more reliant on your opponent doing things than Cinchino.
Well, so I think with that
if your
aspect,
opponent doesn't
it's
knock you
something
out,
like
and you still just only hit them for 80. That's still better for you, my
Yeah.
guy.
Oh yeah,
um
if your opponent doesn't do anything,
but
then
also-
that's a good thing.
Yeah, you
What I
just
mean,
said that would be something you were hoping they would do.
Well, I just mean like my general game plan. I feel like the Cinchino engine overall relies less on your opponent. It's like solitaire deck. You just draw a lot of cards, and then your goal is by the time that you would get screwed over by a Marnie, you've traded all the cards that are not Rapid Strike, and then Marnie's fine.
Well, so well, like the only thing is with or what you were saying of like if you pick up the Sobble, like I obviously it's ideally like who knows what your actual board state will look like, but ideally you have another Sobble or you have another Drizzile that's unevolved that you can then evolve into the next stage so you can continue the loop. But and then also if it's just like the game ending knockout, then obviously it doesn't matter what the next turn looks like because you've already won. So I
Oh,
think
on a
with
side
that
note,
it's
real quick,
just
I just remembered if you're a Malamar player, please play at least one boss in your list. I know at the beginning of this format it was a trend to play 0, and that was so lame. And now I think for the most part people are playing one copy of boss.
I mean,
I've seen a
hey,
couple
as
people playing
much
it
as
and then just saying the boss is just the worst card in the deck.
I could not play a
like
deck with 0 boss. Like,
I think just gusting at this point of
You
not
play
even the
Suicune.
format of the
yeah, but I play 4 cross switchers.
yeah, like I think the
Malamar
point is
plays
if
an
you have
escape
no
rope.
gust,
That doesn't count.
like if you have no gust at even just in this at this point in Pokemon, like it's been like this for a few years, like it's so hard to play the game.
Oh wait,
But
Jackson just messaged me saying no way you guys privated call.
Well, we'll continue without him.
Hold on, I'll give him a chance.
Yep.
No, we're so far in already.
No, to join. I just texted him wanted to join. Okay.
You can drag him into call if he joins another one.
Let's get him in here. I think he can join mid Kahoot. I'll take.
Yeah, he can't join mid and then it'll just make up for Charles being
Yeah.
dumb.
All right. Looks like we're getting another member right now.
I think they realized, Jacob.
All right,
I
wait.
like how you guys say
Unprivate this
they,
call.
but the only people
just
that
tell him to join a different VC. We can drag him in.
The only
Dang,
people
he's
that
gotta
are
hurry.
watching this is like Jackson's 1500 alt accounts.
All he has to do
like
is click a VC.
Nick.
Damn.
Thanks so much for watching, YouTube. All right, Seth. If he joins the
We're
VC,
just
drag him. I'll message him.
experiencing some
Yes, I
Starting the
got it.
next question.
technical difficulties.
Alrighty, folks. Next question. Question number 12. The Suicune Ludicolo a one-hit wonder, meaning is it not going to do good again? Good.
Good shit.
I've had some people, mainly our good buddy Jackson, that might be joining here in a minute, kind of trash talking it, and I think it is super solid. I've been playing it. It's like it's definitely my number 1 pick right now. I've been playing it nonstop. It's so good. Ludicolo. It just means like, you know, when you're allowed to have your, it's not even inconsistent, but like when you're allowed to have your combos, there's no deck that is like immune to what you're able to do. You have like an infinite damage cap, draw 2 cards per turn, Inteleon, and it probably gets the most out of the Inteleon engine of any deck in the format. Cape of Toughness is cool. Choice Band is awesome for it.
I think that even, and also like, if you're playing that, then you're also probably playing the cross switchers, and then you're just getting even more use out of Inteleon.
I just think that scoop up netting Inteleons and then placing all of them back down again in that deck is so stupid good.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's crazy.
It's amazing.
Like, once I realized that you could just start scooping up your Inteleons and then benching back the Sobbles and evolving into a Drizzile from another, it's crazy. You can just do so much with the deck in one turn.
Yeah. And I think, like, just Suicune, just the ability for it to trade so well is just crazy.
I'm going to give Jackson one more chance for glory. Next question, number 13. Is Jolteon a real deck?
What does yellow say?
Fake deck.
I don't say.
I feel like it's none. None of the above.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Exactly. Then what are you talking about? What do you think it is?
No, I think it's like the ultimate meta call. I think it's a fake deck that is good.
Okay. Can you explain?
Yes, basically so in most circumstances, I think Jolteon loses. if like Manaphy is being played, it loses. Against like any big tanky VMAX deck, I think it loses. But then there's things like Suicune, and then there's things like Inteleon, and
Malamar.
like Malamar. Exactly. It's like all these anything that like just is weak to it, and like right now, the like Suicune, Malamar, all of these like those decks are getting hyped up for like EUIC, for
I don't think
Indianapolis, for New
Suicune is getting
Jersey.
hyped up at all.
Yeah, it's getting like trash talk, kinda.
Dang. Well, I mean, I think it should be getting hyped up.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I think it's gonna have a resurgence. But basically, it's just something. It's the meta call. Like it just depends what's in the room. That's how good it is. And I mean,
Alrighty.
I know technically, like, any deck can be that, but like, I think just Jolteon is completely dependent on what you hit versus like other decks that they kind of just they will run at least to some decent capacity, no matter what.
Oh, Jolteon just like works fine. It just doesn't like really
Doesn't do any
have any merit
damage.
half the time.
Yeah, exactly.
100
I
100
mean,
is
it
so
works well.
lame.
It just
There's just so many matches in which
Exactly.
it doesn't really have any merit, but like the deck works super well. Like it does exactly what it's trying to do.
One of the
Yeah,
big problems with
exactly.
Jolteon for me is like I don't think there's a deck that gets stomped by Mew harder than Jolteon. Like it is so bad against Mew, and I don't know how you can play a deck like
And
that.
Mew is at regionals consistently over 20% of the room,
Like,
usually over 25.
You can probably
Exactly.
expect to
You
hit
have to-
3
you
Mew in
just-
day 1. So with that logic, if
you
you
have to
pick
just get lucky.
Jolteon, you have a 0% chance of getting day 2. Obviously, that is not how it goes. Usually there's like 1 or 2. But like, why would you set yourself up for failure like that by playing? Because, you know, sometimes path works. Like, that's your shot against Mew. You put a path down, you play a Marnie, and it works sometimes, and then that's how you beat Mew. But
And-
if anything else
And
happens,
so
then the
I
game's over.
think the issue with that is because of Jolteon's low damage output, you're not really getting rid of energy. So okay, great, you put Path in play. Okay, I'm just gonna knock you out with Mew because I already had energy on it. Oh, now I'm getting prize cards. Oh wow, look, there's cards for that to get out of Path, and then it's just that loop. Whereas, you know, if it was like Arceus can knock out a Mew.
Oh yeah, and on
But
top
yeah.
of that fusion energy, you can't even Zigzagoon. You can't even quick shooting. Like,
Exactly,
it's
yeah,
so bad.
That's-
So yeah, that's my
Yeah.
opinion. Let's go ahead. Next question, number 14. Is Mustard Beedrill gonna surprise people again? Who said yes?
I said yes.
Why?
Because I think that it's still kind of like I mean I haven't really seen people talking about it too much, given it's not like I'm like listening to a bunch of podcasts and stuff. But I think that people like it's still even to me like it seems like it's just kind of inconsistent. Like even if it isn't, and like again I think it's just kind of missing matchups against certain decks, and because of that people are just going to discount that it's an actual deck.
Okay. I think that deck is something that it hits matchups day 1 and does really good, but it is nowhere close to a tournament winning deck. So
Well, so I mean, are we
No,
saying
Charlie
like?
Lockyer already made the best run it can have.
yeah, Charlie
Well, I
Lockyer
mean,
did
like,
really
are
good.
we saying like it's gonna like get top 8 or just like get a few placements in day 2?
Well, no, I picked
No,
option
like
Because, like,
C.
it's going to get exact. I think 1 placement in day 2 is pretty much appropriate.
Yeah, I said
It's not even going
option
to
3
do great
was
in day 2.
one person goes, it makes day 2 and then goes 1-4. And I
Okay.
think
I
that's
think it doesn't
probably
do
what's
super
gonna
well on day
happen.
2, but it gets there.
Yeah. All right. Next question, number 15. Do you have Amazon Prime? Let's go. Do you guys have anything you want to say about your Amazon Prime subscription? Are you happy with it? Is there anything you'd like to do maybe over on Twitch.tv with your Prime sub? Maybe.
See,
Yes,
I'd
show
love
back every month.
No.
I'd love to subscribe to the
Prominence
Garburners or Prominence
Games.
Games or whatever it's called at this point.
You can catch us
But,
every day.
see, I think that there's a bit of a discrepancy because for some reason the last few videos have been getting deleted or something because
Oh.
I can't find the daily uploads.
Twitch.tv/Prominence Games for daily uploads.
So
You know you
I'm
can
just
use
in
the
the-
Amazon Prime membership to drop a Prime sub to Prominence Games on Twitch. Already, can I ask who chose option square? Who's a
That would
hater?
be me.
You hate fun and you hate
Yeah,
good content?
Again, I think that it's just like this guy named Jacob Stillwell like doesn't really know what he's talking about.
All
Just
right,
listen
next
to,
question. Question number 17. Who is the Team Prominence Games lobby filler? Interesting.
Oh, interesting.
Whoa! Who chose
Interesting.
Ben?
Me, because
Why?
Ben, honestly, he just seems very depressed recently. He just like sleeps and is like,
What?
Always seemed
He
very
doesn't even
depressed,
do
but he always
anything.
performs at League Cups anyway.
well,
Ben's
he always
goated.
performs at League Cups, except when's the next League Cup, Seth?
Next season, which is
Who's my
before you're
grabber?
gonna talk out of region.
Exactly.
I chose Jackson because he's better than Patrick, but Patrick he plays Durant and Eternatus, and he's a team challenge champion. Jackson has played actually 3 games in the last year, and they've all been with Quad Weezing, and they've all been against his little brother's Malamar deck. And I think he lost. And
I think it was 1-1 going into game 3, actually.
yeah, he lost 1 and 2. And it's probably the least prepared Pokemon. Besides Carter at Worlds 2019, I don't think I've ever encountered a less prepared individual for any Pokemon
Yeah.
tournament ever. So yeah. What's
but
your
also,
reasoning for
in
Patrick?
reality,
I mean,
also say, yeah,
I
Patrick.
personally just can't. At the other 3, I could picture getting points at a Masters Regional. I don't see Patrick getting points at a Masters Regional in the current state.
I think just remember Patrick
Jackson
played.
has been done it. I know Jackson has.
Yeah, he went 5-0 or 405 at Richmond.
All right, yeah. So they both got points at Richmond. They've proven they can do it. Zach theoretically can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Theoretically,
I haven't seen what I need to from Patrick.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I
can
mean,
see that.
like, again, just Patrick is the guy who played. What was it called?
Breloom
Breloom
Frostlass.
to a regional.
Breloom, yeah, Breloom Frostlass to Worlds 2019. Like
Sounds
that
good.
tells you all you need to know.
And for the last question
But I
of the
love you,
whole
Patrick.
Kahoot, should Prominence Games pick up Seth Christopher for the newly opened staff position?
Hmm.
Who said yes?
I did.
Is this your application?
I guess.
Alright, you got it. You're hired.
Let's go.
Wait, but you just said no.
Yeah, I had a change of heart. This
Oh, good
interview
for you.
changed
My
me.
application swayed him.
Uh,
Just like me telling him to work at Kroger swayed him to work at Kroger.
So yeah, this was honestly a really good interview and podcast thing. I hope all of you people who listen to this get top 8 at EUIC. I think it'll happen. This also kind of applies to anybody playing in 1Ks like myself during EUIC weekend or any of the upcoming tournaments. Obviously, the meta game changes a little bit between major events, but it is the same format. So if you're going to Indianapolis, even New Jersey, this might be helpful.
well, no. If you go to Indianapolis and New Jersey, then just play Jolteon, please, because then it makes all of
I'm
our
sure
chances
Jolteon will be
better.
good for one of them.
If our
Well,
opinions change
yeah.
at any point leading up to these following regionals, you can just catch us over on twitch.tv/Prominence Games for the daily streams, where we will be going over our new and improved thoughts and opinions for anything that might change in this
And
video.
also, and let's be honest. You need stuff for daily uploads. So in like 2 days, there's probably gonna be a new meta forecast.
Vlogs have been pumping out. New vlog this weekend. Check it. Maybe. And so
No.
anyway, I hope all of you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, go follow the Bandit, Shrine of Seth, and that Lego Man over on YouTube. They could really
No.
use the support. Also, check out N214Game on Twitch, because sometime this week or next week, they're gonna be doing it with me included, me, the one and only Jacob. are going to be doing Astral
Yo,
Radiance
collab?
tabletop testing for basically like Milwaukee and stuff and NAIC. Testing new decks, new cards. It's going to be cool. We have lots of things built, and it's actually going to be a good stream, unlike anything you can find on our channel. So that is all for today. I hope you had a great time watching, and we'll see you later.